so mad. I told her, like, her books made me so happy. This lady is hot commodity. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel, R&R, the Serial Reader. I'm Ronnie, and here we talk about all things books, and more books. I had previously mentioned that my summer plans didn't go the way that I expected, and the reason being was because I wind up going to a book event, but I forgot I purchased tickets to this event. Who does that? And it was only by chance that I was updating my Notion that I remembered. And so in preparation for the book event, I wanted to make sure that I had read at least 2 or 3 of the author's books who were going to be at this book event. The book event was called Behind the Pen, and it was in New York City. These books are books that I either bought at the event or I purchased in preparation of going to the event. These books are by Alexandra Warren. She was the only one I was able to do a pre-order of books from, and it is a 2-book series. I don't know, I heard that someone saying that 2 books is called a duology. So if it's a duology and it has only 2 books, can I not call it a 2-book series? I don't know the rule, because I've been saying 2-book series, 3-book series. You know, I never referred to a 2 books in a series, a duology. So let me know down below, what is the correct term when referring to 2 books that's in a series. In any event, book 1 is Can't Catch Me. It's about childhood friends to lovers, and it is a sports romance. Brianna Hayes is the FMC, and she has plans for her future, but things go bad for her. She goes back to her hometown, which is not an ideal situation for her. And on top of it not being an ideal situation for her, she runs into her former best friend, and his name is Lance. So he plays for the Houston Skyhawks as a linebacker. Book 2 is 2-Minute Warning, and this is all about a viral pic that sets the internet ablaze. There's a quarterback from the Houston Skyhawks. His name is Snoop, and then you have Kiki, who's a social media influencer. Another book by Alexandra Warren. I actually did read this book, and it's also another rec from Sip and Read, the Building 402 collection. This is, what does Sarita call it? This is an omnibus, right? Hey, it is 4 stories about couples who live in this apartment building. They're all different stories, but they're all connected to each other. You have Adjacent, where it's about next door neighbors, like very close. You can hear through the walls what's happening on the other side. You have a F-boy in one apartment, and then you have the girl who is responsible, she's smart and beautiful in the next apartment. And so things jump off somehow, some way between those 2. And then you have Replacement, and this one is, the replacement is they got a new maintenance guy, and the maintenance guy goes to this very classy young lady's apartment to do some work, and of course things happen between them 2. And then the other story is the Displacement, and this one is also a best friends to lovers romance. One of the best friends was forced to bunk with the other best friend in this apartment. And the last story is Complacement, and it is about a married couple who's starting to believe that it's time for a change, and it's interesting how that change comes about. I did quickly get to meet Alexandra at the event. She was so sweet. I wish I could have spoke with her more. The next author that was at this event, but I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I've read her books. This is not the one that I wanted from her, But I bought this book from Amazon. I was hoping that I would be able to go to her table and meet her and purchase books. That didn't happen. The book that I did purchase was Trouble's What You're In by Teakira Allen. This is a contemporary romance book. It is all about a prank that went extremely wrong. Okay. This author, I only discovered this author because of this event. Sad to say, but it was the best discovery ever. And so I did get to meet her at this event. I purchased her last 2 books, but I wanted to familiarize myself with her work. And so that's what I did. One of the books that I read by her was For the Streets, Summer of 2021. And the author is Canon Lee. This book, woo! This book was so amazing. This couple in this story are my favorite couples that I've read throughout her catalog. The couple is Kior and Bishop. This book is all about the hood romance. Kior is all about peace. She's all about getting her money. She's an entrepreneur. She's goal-oriented. And she is not here for the drama. Her rules, she plays it her way. And then you have Bishop. Bishop is heavy in the streets. He does not have time for commitments. And neither does Kior, because she doesn't like that drama. Their inner circle makes it that they cross paths. They are definitely attracted to one another and sparks fly between these two, but that shit is messy. When you read Sion's book, you will realize that her couples are messy. There's none better than the other. Without telling you more, you thought that because they were both on this, we don't want commitments, that it was going to be a smooth ride. Nah. It was not a smooth ride. It was not a smooth sailing. And that's how it got messy and all the drama came into play. But I was here for it. I loved it. And I ate this book up. The next book by Canon Lee that I read, this was actually the first book that I read, and it is Campus Chronicles, Kamiria and Kyrie. Kamiria is a plus-size college woman. This book is about the brains meeting Mr. Popularity. They are absolutely opposite. What started off as friends turns into more mess, more drama. At the event, I bought the very last 2. These were just books that she had for display. I was like, give it to me. It's a 3-book series, but she only had 2. So I will have to purchase the other one. But the name of the series is called The Most Unprotected. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is book 1. And this is book 2. She writes her characters. The setting is always in New Orleans. You know, she's gonna give us that first love, young love, toxic romance in these books. I gotta get book 1 because the ones that I did purchase from her are books 2 and 3. But I'm gonna read these books in the new year because look, they're chunkers. Well, not this one. This one is a chunker. Which one is this? This is book 2. Book 2 is a chunker, right? And book 3 it's 400 pages. No, it's not. Girl, why can't I find it? 380 pages. Yeah, so I'm gonna take my time and eat her books up. I was so happy to meet her. I told her her books made me so happy, and I was so glad that I found her. She did sign my books. Did she sign my books? Yeah, she did. Let me see. She signed my books, and so did Alexandra. Thanks for the support. Generic. Nothing special. She wrote my name in this one. Happy reading, Ronnie. And then let's see what Alexandra. What did she write? Oh, she's so sweet. I know it's simple and you're it's nothing much, but what she wrote here is the energy that she gave me. She put with the love. And then she's so funny. She put Go Skyhawks and then she signed her name. I mean, I appreciate it. I love it. I don't care how simple things are. I'm all about simplicity. This next author, so mad. I was so mad. I could not get pre-orders for this author. So I thought I was smart, right? And I said, let me order her special edition, at least one of her special editions from Amazon. Let me tell you how Amazon played me. This is why I don't know. I'm about to stop using Amazon because they play too much. Amazon did not deliver my book in time for me to take it to the event and get it signed. And that book was Book 1, Devout by Teakira Allen. I ate this series up. It's a 2-book series. There's something to be said about Teakira Allen's writing. She originally wrote this series about a decade ago, and it's still popping in 2025. People are dying to read it and get their hands on this book. So one, I wasn't able to get this book delivered in time for me to get it signed by Teakira. I didn't get to meet Teakira, and she had no more books at the event. I was pissed the hell off. I was so frustrated. I went back to Connecticut ASAP. Like, I wasted no time. I was like, I'm done. I am done. Let me get back on the train, because I decided to take the train down there. That was a whole nightmare. I should have just drove my car, but I thought I was saving money that way. Anyway, so if you don't know, on the surface, it is about a hood romance, obsessive love, and opposite attracts. But when you get deeper into this series, it's so much more. Meek is a college student, and she gets entangled with this powerful man by the name of Denny. And when I tell you Denny is fine, and that Negro, that ninja is no joke, he's no joke. He's not only powerful, but he's unpredictable. He's an unpredictable crime lord. Woo! And when I tell you their relationship was intense, it was intense. The lines were literally blurred between love and obsession. So can you imagine that? I love this series so much. Could not meet the author and could not get it signed. I was so mad. But if you haven't, pick it up. The second book is also in special edition format. I will have to order that. But I was kind of mad anyway because it didn't come in time and I couldn't meet Teakira and I couldn't get my book signed. So I was pissed off. These last books, this lady is hot commodity. When I first got into reading urban fiction, it was her books that I first read. And I have been like a fiend ever since when it comes to her books. I didn't have to go back and read her catalog or make sure that I read her books. Her books were already read. I just needed to get the physical copies of her books, meet her, and have her sign it. The person that I'm talking about is Nena. Hey, y'all know Nena? Nena wrote the On Us series. That was my first urban fiction read that I read by her. But the problem is with Nena, right, is that on Amazon, you only get her ebooks. You gotta like stalk her website, which when you go to her website, all the time her books are sold out. So I was on a mission. I was like, I am going to these events. I am going to get these books that I love so much, that I've reread over and over again, and I'm going to get to have her sign them and put them on my bookcase as a book trophy. My plan did not work out. I was not able to get the books that I wanted originally, but I was able to meet Nena, and I was able to get her new books. Wow. So I do feel privileged and honored that I have something that the public don't have, I don't even know what her books are about. And I stood on her line for the whole event. I was not playing. People was like, oh, she said she don't have the books. We don't know if she gonna have the books. And then they were like, oh, she don't have the books. She don't have the old books. She only have the new books. I was like, I'm not getting off this line. I am not getting off this line. And so that's how I missed out on meeting the other authors, because I was so determined to get books from this lady. The first one is called, I think it's a 2-book series. It's the Street Corner Symphony, and it's a novel poem. I don't know what that means. Does it mean that they rhyme? Based off of what's on the cover, it says that this ain't no love story. It's what's left after love leaves. The FMC in this book, her name is Chevelle, or they call her Chevy, looks like it. And Chevy was raised by the streets, but she was also burned by that world. She never expected to get a second chance at anything. It says, not everybody makes it. Not every story gets tied up neat, but there's music in the ruins if you listen hard enough. Listen. That's this first book. Then she has the second book, which is Out of Spite, and it's called a novella, not a novella, a novella. It's all about unconventional love, and the couple in this story is Mari and Drex. It's beautiful. Look at the back. Right, and it says special edition, so this is a special edition. If you were able to get the pre-order for her, it was in hardcover, and I think the hardcover does look better, although I favor paperback. And then, no, this is not part 2. This is a novella, and then part 2 is this one. Okay, it just says part 2, and it says, not every ending is final. Some are just where the real story begins. It says love at first sight. So for Adia and Sabine. This is a second chance romance. She did sign my books. Okay, I almost forgot that. She did sign my books. Right? She put my government name. That was a long story too, how she put my government name, but she put Rhonda. Thank you so much for your support, XOXO, Nena. Did she write something different in this one? Same thing. Girl, spent all that time on that lady line. Okay. Same thing. She signed all my books though. What she put on here? Yeah, same thing. Okay. So, I mean, they're not the first authors that I got signed books for, but I am appreciative regardless of how my experience was, and my experience was because of me and no one else. I still appreciate it. It just will better prepare me for the next time of what I need to do if I decide to go to another book event. I'm still contemplating on if book events are really my type of thing because of my personality. Like, I can't do lines. Like, I can't do lines. Like, there was a line to get in, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting lines to see the authors, but I was not expecting lines to get in. And so I arrived late. I arrived late because I missed my first train, right, from Connecticut to New York. In turn, I bought a ticket for the bus, and then the bus was super late. Like, the bus driver didn't even know where he was going to get to New York. He was asking us, like, Negro, use GPS. Like, that's what it's for. It just took mad long. There were so many things that happened for me to get to my destination. And when I get there, there's a line. The line, I would say I spent a good hour on the line. Then you get inside, and then the popular authors, they have lines. Like Teakira had a line, Nena had a line, and you had to choose. And if you there by yourself, it's even worse. If you there with people, at least y'all could tag team, right? Okay, you get on this line, I give you my money for this person. At least have her buy a book and sign it, right? And then I'll get on and I'll do the same. Y'all could do it that way, and then afterwards, you can still walk around and meet the authors and take pictures. But if you're there by yourself, it's hopeless. Don't ever go to event by yourself, or at least if you go by yourself, make sure you connect with other people so that y'all could come up with a plan together. That's my recommendation. It wasn't the event's fault for anything. I would definitely say that, other than the space. And the reason why there was a line to get in, because apparently there only could be a certain amount of people that can get on the elevator, so the elevator wait, and so they had to manage that. I would just say you find a space where people don't have to get on the elevator, where they can just walk in, because it's going to be expected that the authors you see, they're going to have lines. Like, they're just going to be popular ones that are going to have lines. Those things just added on to my experience, which just made me frustrated. It didn't go the way that I was planning. And that's my book haul, plus the real tea. Which one would you grab first? Comment below. Don't forget to follow for more bookish adventures. Until next time, happy reading.